Hello, everybody. This is Wellington Nidza from Computer Science Zimbabwe. Today we are continuing from where we left in the last episode where we did declaring of variables, typecasting, and data types. So in this episode, we shall focus on the if statement, the while loop, the for loop, and we go to the real stuff, which is object in mutation of objects. So just start, it's a quick one. The for loop is just the same as the for loop in just in C, C++, just the same. So let's just do a quick for loop. For let I equal to 0 and I less than 3. We just want to iterate I 3 times. I plus plus, and just want to console dot log I. So this is it. Close this, and this is just simple. Let's just do the while loop. Let's say let I equal to 0 while I is less than 3. I just want to console.log again the I plus plus. So it's just the same thing. So the if statement, just say let's say, let me just declare a function to let me just say what this function does. Just say to see this number is odd or even. Yes. Let's say odd or even. Don't mind the way I name my function. Actually, it's something else, but I hope we're getting the concept. But number, if say number, it's just say num. Okay, let's say if, okay, if n num, sorry, percent of 2. Actually, this is a basics equal to 0, then it should console dot log number even. Else, don't mind actually the way I'm writing code. It's actually like you not be able to see clearly, but actually these are simple stuff. Console dot log a number. Let's put use a number odd. This is just it. So this is our function. So let's just call the function odd. Let's go or even. Just put a number here. They just put 3 or 30. 30, it's okay. Number even. So that's it about the if statement, the if statement, the else if else statement, the for loop, the whole loop. But we have something that I want to introduce you to. In the for loop, we have these interesting things that we have in JavaScript, which is for off and for in. Let me just try to show you what these if for off and for in, what it does. For, let's say, for let I of, let I of let me just put an array of 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me close this. Here, let's say console console.log I. So this I, it will give, you just print the values in the array. So for of, it just print the values in the array. Like if you see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see the difference with for in. Let's say for let I in, let's just put this same array, 1, 2, 3, 3, and 4. So this is it. Close here, and let's just do the same. Console log. So this will give the index of each value in the array, in the array. So let's console, we just say give 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here it just give 4 in, just give the indexes of these values. But let me just do a quick sorting of this code so that we can get the same result we get when we do the for in the for off. So we can just say array. Okay, yeah. Okay. Here I have to first okay, let me just say here const to be to make this similar, const equal to the array 1, 2, 3, and say 4. So then we say we just do this code, copy this code, and just want to let's say you say now array, here array I, and here we just put array. So now we'll get the values 1, 2, 3, 4. So the difference between the for in and for off, if you see here, this is the illustration. The for off, it just give us the each element in the array, but for in, it give us the index of the elements in the array. Like you see here, for in, it just gives 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's it. So let's just now look at the bigger stuffs. Okay, so now want to how do you declare a an object in JavaScript. So we have 3 ways to declare objects in JavaScript. You can do this. You can just say this is the one, the old way. You can just say const. You can say object equal to new object like this, and we can put our values in the object. You can just say object dot let me just put my name in the object, Wellington. I can just put another object, the object, actually another value in the object. You can say needs, surname. Surname. You can say needs also it is also okay to just put anything that you want in this object. So let's just see what our object now have. So we have this our object. This is now our object name. This is the first way to declare object in JavaScript. You can also do this way. You can say const object, let's say object2. We can declare it like this. Just put this parentheses, and we can just do like this. We can just say object this name here equal to Wellington. Okay, actually I have to put Wellington. Actually, it doesn't matter where you put whether you put some okay, so you see where my error is. You can say this name equal to, just say Wellington, this. So this is also the same way to declare object. You can just put another variable, another element to our object. My surname, this is it. Let's just say needs again. So this is it. We can also just view this object that we have created. I think I was filling object, the object. If I say object 2 now, there's nothing there. Object 2, there's nothing, because actually I was putting values in the object 1. Sorry, let me just do another. Let's just say put an A, okay, so that we have a different value. Just say A, this one. Go to object 2 again, object 2, just put a B, equal to, like you said, B. So here, if you I want to see my object here, it's created object 2. So this is another way to create an object. And also the last one is just to say let's say const object object 3. You can just do this, and you open your braces, and let's say name, name, it's computer science Zimbabwe. You can just say computer sizing, you can just say the name, and you can just say purpose. Yeah, I'm forgetting to put these quotes. Quotes, purpose, say teach computer science. Okay, this is our object, so we can just view our object tree. So this is our object tree. So this is how you create objects in JavaScript. So so you have to understand also that objects are stored by reference, and are also mutable. They can be changed. Object can be changed and are stored by reference. So let's just demonstrate what we're saying now. Let's say want to create an object. Let's say let me just refresh it now and create another object. Let's say const O is an object. You can say O. So this is my object O, and we can just do this A A, just say B, 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 B. Okay, I left comma, left comma here. Okay, so that's it. Okay, I didn't put okay, sorry. Sorry, I didn't finish word. Okay, but you can see here now we have this object, and you can create another object. You can say const another object. Let's say O2 equal to O, So here this object and this the O2 and the object that we do now, it are equal. If we just want to see the object 2, we say that you see that here we have values A and A and B. But let's just see what happens now when we say O2 dot A. Want to change the values that in A, and just say a new value. So let's just see what happens to also to O. So if we look at O now and we see O2, they've I made the changes in the object O2, and also it also affect the objects in O, the object O. So this is the reason, because objects are stored in by reference. So the changes that I would do at O2, it will also affect O. So this happens when you just declare another object and you equate it to another object that we did here. So let's say if I want to create another object that if when I change that object, it will not affect the what I've done. I've the changes that I've did to the object that I created. So we have two ways to do that. We can just say let's say const you can say new object equal to, so JavaScript we have this way. This is first way, object dot assign then object we put want to assign want to take what is in O, the first object that we created that is called O, to the new object. So this is the new object. So let's just try to see if we make a changes here to the new object. So a new object dot A equals to, let's say change the value. You just put changed value say here. So let's now compare the what is in new object and O to see is this same or different. So here O, we have the new value, and new object we have the changed value. So here is the same, because actually when you use this object dot assign, it creates another object that is different from the object that that was already there before. So this is the other way. You can also just do like this. You say const you can say const another way to assign objects. So never mind about how I named this variable. It's just so you can just do this. You can just spread this object and say O, the object that we have O. So if I say another actually I think this is here. You can just say it also assign this the variables that we have in the object A. So actually what we are doing here, this is called assigning taking the elements in another object and put it into another object. This is called shallow copying. So let's say if we have now, let me just clear we have this let's say const an object we have this object we say just say name, just put name Wellington and just want to put my address, and address this is a nested for, so nested object. So this is how also you declare nested object, and you say the house number equal to, let's say, 12, and house number, and the street name, let's say just street name is just say comp science zim comp comp sci zim. So this is it. Let me just do this and do this. So this is, let's just see the object that we have now. So this is our nested object. So as you can see that now I was not putting quotes here, the here to the name, because here these keys are always coerced to be strings. Even if I put a number here, just say 1 dot Wellington, it will be coerced as a string. It doesn't matter. So this is now I created this this object. So let me just create another object, and we do shallow copying. Let's say const object 2 equals to object dot assign this. I should have just spread it, and with spreading just faster. So this is it. So we created the object 2, and if say object 2 now, it has object 2. It have the same same things that we have in object, in just object. So let me just try to change the contents of object 2, and let us see what shallow copying does. So let me try to change, say object 2 dot name. Let me change it to Zimbabwe, and let's create another. Let me just change object 2. In object 2 dot we have address dot. I want to change the house number. Let me just put it, it was 12, let me just put 13. And also let me change again the street name, object 2 dot address dot street name to just Zimbabwe again. These are just for Zimbabwe. These are for Zimbabwe. So let us just compare these two objects. The changes that we did to object 2, and let's see that it affects the object that we have declared. So this is the object 1, and object is object now 2. So as you see now, the name has been changed. The name that we changed here in this object 2 was not affected here by the object by the object 1. But what we did now, the address that we put, the address 13, and here the address 13, and here the address 13 and the house number 13 is the same that we have also in the object, in the previous object. you can say just object one is the same. This is the reason when you are doing shallow copying on a nested object, it copies the level one object, and the other levels of objects, the other nested object are copied by reference. So are stored by reference. So if we change any changes that we do to a nested object, by using object.assign, the change that we do to the object that we currently have, it will also affect the object, the previous object. Okay, to be clearer, the problem this have is that, let's say this object that I created, this object that I first created, and I want to create another object that is different from this object, this first object. Let's say now I created the object 2. It will not, the changes that we do in this object will also affect this object that we have here. If we do shallow copying, it will affect. So it is advisable that when you are copying a level 1 object, it is good to do shallow copying. But if you are doing if you want to copy a nested object like this one, now we go to what is called deep copying. So let's just do deep copying. But actually, deep copying does not have this you don't use this function that we did, object.assign, this way here, it's for shallow copying. This is used for shallow copying. So when you are using when you want to do deep copying, you have to also use the code that others have created. But for the meantime, since we can just create our own function that does deep copying, and see what will happen when you deep copy an object. So this is a function. Let's just create a function deep copy, deep copy. We want to deep copy an object. So this is what we have to do. First, we have to check that the objects that we have, the keys and the values in the object, if they nested object. If there is a nested object, then we use this function to append the new function, that the new object. And if not, the object that is given is not a nested object, then we just return it as it is. So let's just do it. Let's just create a new object. Just create a new object here. Just say new object now. And now what we have to do now is to say for for let the key and the value key and the value key and the value of so we have this function object dot entries. This will give us an array of the object that we have. So we want to take these object this object to see the key and pair values. So after that we check if the type of the value is an object. Then what should it do? It should put in the new object that created object key. The new object key should be equal to call this function again until there's no object that is found, and we put the value until this value should not be an object. So let's close this if statement. Else if we just see that, just notice that this value, this object, the contents, the key and pair values of an object are not an object, then you just have to return it as it is. New object, the key should be equal to the value. So after that, after finish the for loop, then he has to return the new object. So this is the function. So here, like if we take a look at this example, if it look at this key pair values, these keys, like if it look at these keys, name and address, and if it checks that this key, the values that are in this key, it's a nested it's an object, sorry, it's an object, then it call this function again until it reaches the point where we have this value, then the function will stop. So this is the function that does deep copy. So let's test this function that we have created. So here we have this object that we have created before this object. Let us see what we have. This object that we've declared before, which have the name Wellington and the address that we have, it's 13 and 13. So let us create another object. Let's just say const deep copy. Just call it deep copy equals to code the function deep copy of an object. like this. Okay, what's wrong with this? Assignment to a constant variable. Deep copy. Okay. Let me see. Let me, this error. Let me see this error. Okay, let's do this. Say const deep copy. Copy. Let me just put here object 2. Actually, what's this error? Assignment to a constant value. Deep copy. You just see deep copy. Deep copy. This function. Okay, let's check the error here. Okay, function. Okay, I think I just saw the error. Okay, here my spelling for entries is wrong. So let's just copy this function again. Okay, yes, constant variable. Okay, like here, const. So here, entries. So let's just try and see again. Let me just copy this. Okay, let me just copy this. Okay, let's just say deep copy. Just say what has been copied here. Deep copy. Okay. So we have these things. So let's just compare with the object that we've copied. So we see this deep copy and this copy is the same. So let's just try to manipulate the deep copy and see what will happen. Deep copy dot name equal to, let's say, let's just call it deep copy. Okay, and another thing is to change the addresses. Deep copy dot address dot street name equal to, just call it deep copy, because this for deep copy, this is for deep copy, and the house number. Okay, let's just change also the house number. Deep copy dot address dot number. I think house number. I think that's house number, right? Equal to, I'm going to change it to be a string. Just say deep copy again. Okay. So this is deep copy. Everything in this object called deep copy is deep copy. So let's just compare with this object and with the deep copy now. Deep copy. So let's just compare. Here we have the name and the just name, and the street, and here you can see that our function really works well. What we change here in the deep copy doesn't affect what we change in this object, in the previous object. So this is the difference between the shallow copying and deep copying. So deep copying, shallow copying just copies the the copies the first level of the object, and the nested object will be copied by reference, such that when you change the nested when you change to the object, when you anything that you change in the new object that you create, it will also affect the changes that the main object. You can say it can affect the changes of the main object. But in deep copy, whatever you change changes in the you can say this deep copy object does not affect the main the main object. So you have to understand that when you are copying a nested object, you need to use deep copy. When you are copying a non-nested object, you have to use shallow copying. So this is for this episode, and the next episode we shall look at prototype or inheritance, and the difference between let, const, and var. We shall discuss these things. So this is me signing out. I hope this topic in JavaScript is quite confusing, but actually, as soon as you understand the concept, it will be easy for you. This is Wellington Needs signing out. Don't forget to like our social media platforms and to subscribe on our YouTube channel. Goodbye.